Hi, welcome to the SURDS how-to video for logging in and recovering your password. First thing we need to do is get into the website, and if you haven't been there already, the website is surds.colorado.gov, and please note that it should be HTTPS. That ensures that you're logging into the secured portion of the portal to protect your data. And if you're logging on during the transition, you will see a page like this. This is the old SURDS website. It's the one we've used for many years. And we're transitioning to a larger data collection website for the entire department, which has multiple functions. So going forward, we're going to be using the DHE data collection website. So there is a link at the bottom of this page, as you see here. It's got the green banner. You can click on this. It'll take you to the login. A couple things to note. You do have your username and password. Down below there are two links for I have forgotten my password and to register as a new user. If you're viewing this as a SURDS user, to obtain a new user ID you cannot use this register as a new user. You must contact DHE and talk to the data contact there for SURDS, and that person can set you up with a username and password based on your access to the types of files and access to the institutions that you have authority to submit data for. So before we log in, let's look at the forgotten password function. So if it's been a long time since you've logged in or you have forgotten your password, you can use this link. There are a couple criteria to allow this process to work, however, which we'll discuss a little later, but we'll show you this process. So if you click I have forgotten my password, first thing it's going to ask for is your username. And in most cases, username is going to be based on your first initial, last name. There are some exceptions to that based on users that have the same name, or occasionally it's based on the email. But in most cases, it will be your first initial, last name. And this is an unusual case here because I'm having a sample user. So enter whatever your username is. And again, at this point, if you don't know what it is, don't know what your username is, you'll just have to contact DHE, either call them or send an email and they can update that for you. After that, it's going to have you confirm your email on record, and you just enter that in, whatever that might be, and then at that point it will go to submit. It'll send your email. Okay, now a lot of you may get this on the first time you try this, and you'll get to this next question where it's going to confirm your security question. And if you note here, it says no security question was set for this user profile. Please contact an administrator. So at this point, that means that you cannot use this get password function because it's trying to verify your user credentials, and the security question was never set. So at this point, you've kind of hit a dead end and you have to contact DHE. But once we log in, I'll show you where you can set your security question, provide an answer, and then you can be able to do this on your own. So some of you may encounter that. If you go back to the sign-in page here, we'll go ahead and log in. And again, that's usually first initial, last name. I don't think I typed that correctly. There's my sample account. So if you log in successfully, you should see something like this. It'll come in and it will confirm which institutions you have access to. In this case, it's just a test college. And then your main menu is across the top here, which you see summary, reports, admin, documentation, and log off. The second line shows you the applications within the DHE data collection website for which you have access. In this case, this particular user just has access to the SURDS system. So to get into SURDS, they can click SURDS here or go down here, and this will go directly to this institution's SURDS. So we'll come back to that later, but let's get back to the forgot password function. So to make sure you can recover your password in the future, or if you want to change your existing password, you can click admin. And this allows you to modify information about your profile. So in this case, you can see what the username is. If you need to update your email, there's your first name, last name. If you want to add the title or phone number, this checkbox here to receive I3 updates, that's a reference to the Department of Higher Ed's reporting website. If you want to get an email anytime new reports, publications, or functions are added to that data website, you can check that and you'll get an email when we send out those emails. So you can update your profile information. You can come down here and update your password, and you do so by entering your current password and then enter a new password. And we'll do a quick sample here. I'm gonna like leave that blank, and I will enter these. So I entered a password there, a new password, which had all lowercase and a few numbers, and you can see that these populated as green, showing that I have lowercase and numerics. If I add an uppercase character, it then checks that. So it kind of tells you the strength of your password, and ideally you try to make a password that contains all of these, including symbols, but you don't have to. And then of course you can save that. If I tried to save this right now, it's going to give me an error and say that my current password is blank, and then as you can see I didn't type them in the same password, so it's telling me these don't match. So enter your current password and then a new password meeting as many criteria as possible, and enter that same new password again before you save. Alright, so here's the security question. If I'm going to update that, go ahead and enter my password. I can select a security question, and again, you've seen something like this. These are a lot of generic questions, but you can choose some of those. First teacher, phone number, last name of your teacher, favorite subject, drink, blah blah. So they're very simple questions, but they allow you to. Alright, so I just entered my first phone number as 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and I will update that, and it gives me confirmation that it was updated successfully. So if I want to test that, I'm going to log off here, and now I'm going to say I have forgotten my password. Come in here, enter my email, which I think was this. Okay, so it did find my username and it confirmed that was my email. It matched those two things, and based on that it got the security question. So this is what allows you to recover your password and change it. So you saw when I just modified that what my first phone number was. I entered 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and then if you get to this screen, that means it's confirmed all of your security information. It's made sure that your email and your username and security password all are correct, and then it allows you to modify your password. So all you have to do is enter your new password and confirm it. You see the same criteria that shows you how secure your password is. So you enter your new password, click save, and then you can log in. You'll be logged in at that point, and you can get into the system. So at this point, that shows you how to log in, modify your password, and then when you do get in, make sure you enter your security password or create a security question and a security answer, so you're able to recover your password on your own and you don't have to rely on anyone from DHE to give that to you. So thank you, and feel free to check out our other SURDS how-to videos.